Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Into the Night. Tonight, we talk about indie filmmaking here. My name is Paul A. Brooks. I am the founder of Into the Night Motion Pictures, and I am super excited to be chatting again with Jackey Neyman Jones. Jackey, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here. It's been a while.
It's been a while. We talked on my podcast, B Movie Mania. We were saying it was probably 8 or 9 years ago, and we were talking about Manos Returns.
Yes. Yeah.
And
It
we
was
have some exciting new projects to talk about. I suppose for the uninitiated, you are an actor, you are an artist, you're a painter, and of course, you are famous for being in the original Manos, the Hands of Fate as the little girl Debbie.
yes. Yes.
And now we have a new project called the Manos Chronicles.
Hmm.
And you started working on that in 2023, is that correct?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And you
Yeah.
and you did like a handful of episodes, 4 episodes?
Yeah, we did 4 episodes. Two are on Tubi right now. 3 episodes are on Amazon Prime. The fourth episode has been submitted to those places, but we're just waiting. It's like Tubi doesn't tell you when they're going to release something.
Right.
So all of a sudden you just get a message from somebody going, "Hey, I just saw your show."
Yeah,
So I keep checking. But in November, I went back down to Coulterville, California, where we filmed the first 4 episodes, and we filmed 3 more episodes. So now we have a full season.
that's awesome.
And we've been offered funding for a second season. So
Wow.
uh,
Congratulations.
I'm really excited about that. I love
Yeah.
where he is going.
We'll
Um,
talk a little bit about how you got involved making this show. Was it some of the director and the other people who are involved, did they reach out to you initially?
yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, they had Willow Polson and her husband Craig. She's the writer, producer, and director, and he's the camera. And editing. He's doing all the editing, and
Hmm.
so they're a team. And yeah, they reached out to me, and yeah, we just started going with it, and it's been building. So I'm excited, with Manos Returns, and there's been other projects. There's been so many projects with Manos. A lot of them I haven't been part of, but some of them I've had the opportunity to get involved in, like the stage production of Manos, which is comedy in Portland a number of years ago. And I live just an hour and a half from Portland, Oregon. So they invited me to be part of it, and that was fun because they had my character as a doll on stage, and they did the Doberman as he was made of felt and cardboard, and he was on little tiny wheels. And when they pull him, the master would pull him across stage, he'd fall over on occasion. It's just really great. But as a lot of people know, all the voices in the original film were dubbed
Hmm.
because not silent, but all the women's voices, including mine, were one person, one.
Right.
And so it was pretty awful to be in the theater at the premiere, and nobody told the kid that it wasn't going to be my voice, so I was pretty shocked.
Yeah, I can imagine. That was something that I was wondering about last night when I was thinking about what I wanted to ask you. What was that process like for you as a child trying to, I know that you didn't have a ton of dialogue, but you had it memorized and everything?
Well, I mean, just the way filming happens, it's short lines. And so
Right.
they would just tell me what to say right before the scene.
Yeah.
Um, but I remember at one point, and I even wrote it in I wrote it in my book, have to reread my book every now and again to remember things. But but yeah, I remember being a shy kid and kind of speaking quietly, and I asked if it was okay, and Hal Warren, the director, says, "Oh, it's fine." He said that a lot. "It's fine. We'll fix it in the lab." That was, he had, yeah.
So, but nobody mentioned.
But back on that stage production is they invited me to come up and be part of the show, so I actually got to speak the voice of Debbie from the light booth. So I
Oh,
did
that's great.
the production and I got to have my own voice.
I'm trying to remember, isn't all of the puppet stuff on the Blu-ray that came out a little while back?
Oh, that's a whole different show. That's Manos, the Hands of Felt.
Right, right, right.
And interestingly, I got to meet and get to know Rachel Jackson because of that show. It's her show. And she and I and another woman, Tanya Atomic, we wrote the script for Manos Returns.
Right.
And Tanya directed it, and both of them were uh, a couple of the wives in Manos Returns.
Hmm.
Well, in fact, in the very first scene, the first wife you see with the short blonde hair, that's Rachel, the producer, creator of Manos, the Hands of Felt. And that came out of Seattle. She's in Seattle.
Got it. Sorry, I got the two confused.
Oh, hey, and then there's Manos, the rock opera of Fate. That came out, was a stage production out of, originally, I think it was in Chicago, originally, and then it played somewhere else. But I never got to go see that. I never got to
Yeah,
see the stage, but I
I'm
was
not familiar with
aware
that one.
of it.
Um, but in terms of Manos Returns and the Manos Chronicles, you're playing Debbie in both of those. Is it ever said that those two are actually connected, or is it implied?
Not at all.
Mm,
I call this whole Manos thing. I mean, there's a couple of musicians, that have created uh, things around Manos. There's so much out there. I just call it the it's like rabbit holes. It's you're just going down all of these different pathways and they're not connected. They're individual, which is so interesting to me because of the way the film ended.
hmm.
With my little character in a wives' dress, implying that I was going to be one of the wives,
Yeah,
and then at the end with a question mark. So it left it wide open. I
yeah,
mean, and it's public domain, so people can take it any direction they want. I'm
yeah.
a number
It's
of things I haven't seen yet, but I try to stay informed and the fan base is really great about letting me know. I know there's a new game coming out, a new online game
I
coming.
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just learned about that the other day. I could see the guy was a little frustrated, feeling like he wasn't getting the support and interest, but I just think he wasn't posting in the places where all the fans are. So I shared it and passed it around and hopefully we can get him some more interest. It looks interesting. It looks
Yeah,
like
I appreciate you doing that because I looked at it and it looked really good. So I'm interested to see what happens with it.
yeah, there's at least one other game that was created years ago. I think there might be a couple. There's coloring books, there's other novels. I mean, it's just wild. But yeah, Monos Returns is basically it explains what happened to Debbie growing up within the Valley Lodge.
Hmm.
Because me and my mother, Diane Marie or Margaret in the film, were both kept by the master and his cult. So in Monos Returns, I grow up and I become the master. So I'm more like the daughter of the master growing up. And as you can imagine, I'm not the most pleasant person being raised in that family.
So was there a conversation when the writing process of the Manos Chronicles was happening about whether or not to connect everything, or did all of that happen sort of prior to you really getting involved with it?
Yeah, Willow had already I can't remember exactly. I'm sure we met and we talked about her doing this. And I was aware of a previous show that she had been doing, and but I really didn't know what the story was until she wrote it. And I mean, I'm open. I'm I usually say yes to just about anything. I was even had a very small part in the rise of Torgo,
Right.
and that's a really silly movie, but you know.
Yeah. Why not?
But yeah, in the Manos Chronicles, Debbie is a completely different character. I escaped the Valley Lodge as a child
Right.
and had been on the run and hiding from the cult all my life. And then here I am, 50 something, golly. It's actually, yeah, this last November was the 59th anniversary since the Manos premiere in 1966.
Wow.
That tells you how old I am.
And so this year will be the 60th.
Yes, yeah,
Wow. That's
yeah,
pretty
and
cool.
yeah, we have a Manos Day. We've created a Manos Day,
Hmm.
and we put out a calendar this year with my artwork. I can't remember what the library is, but you can submit things to be put on a calendar. So we have submitted Monos Day, and I encourage other people to do that too. I'll get the link for that, but I they're aware of us, I'm sure. It would
Yeah,
be cool to get Monos Day, November 15th on a calendar.
absolutely. That'd be amazing. Well, obviously, we have to talk a little bit about your artwork. I have some of it behind me right here.
Yes.
I purchased that piece from you back in 2016, whatever it was. I still have it hanging up proudly.
That's
Um, you enjoy sort of, using painting things from the Manos universe, and you sent me a great video yesterday about you working with other artists doing Manos paintings together. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Oh, well, I have a online painting class,
Hmm.
and we don't call it a class anymore because if you look at the gallery, it's crazy the diversity and the range of artists and creators. But uh, it started off as Mystery Science Theater themed classes. So we're on our fourth year now of doing this, and they became pretty popular. We get a nice following, subscribers. That we started a second class on fourth Saturdays because I used to do the paint and sit parties,
Hmm.
the restaurants and bars and such.
Hmm.
And so that's what I'm doing online now, twice a month. But the Mystery Science Theater ones, we've done everything from I do we do a poll every month, so the subscribers can choose which is going to be the next paintings for the
Hmm.
next month. So this month is Attack of the Giant Leeches.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
And then here's one that's on our poll, Sharknado.
Sharknado, sure.
Yeah, I've done the Screaming Skull, the Brain that wouldn't die. I mean, we've done Santo versus the Vampire Woman was
Hmm.
last month, was December. So yeah, we it's just really fun. I have to watch all these movies to find more inspiration.
That's a great idea, though. And so you were out in New York recently, painting with people?
Yeah, that was last year. or not last year, 2024.
Right.
And yeah, I got to go to New York. Um, we have a benefactor, and online he's known as Man Dog. But he's a very successful person, and he just is a huge fan, huge Manos fan. He's also an international art collector, and but he comes to my classes every 2 weeks and creates with us. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
He is like the foremost person that knows about the artist Eric Pape. He's written, I think, 5 books about the artist Eric Pape. That was from the he's artist from the 20s, I believe.
Mm,
And he's doing a documentary on it and he's having me host it. So he flew us out to New York and we got to hang out at the Players Club. And I don't like missing any of my classes. So we took everything with us and we filmed it live from the Players Club with our cast and crew.
hmm
And then so people can go and watch that one too. It's November of 2024. And then this year, last month in it was in November, we were filming the those 3 episodes of the Manos Chronicles in California, and it fell on one of my dates. So we did a painting there with the cast and crew
Right.
of the Manos Chronicles.
Cool. So, do you have dates scheduled yet for when you're going to start shooting more episodes?
No, I mean, it was during the filming that our benefactor said he was really enjoying what we were doing and offered funding
Hmm.
for season 2. So, yeah, Willow's got a lot of writing to do.
Working on
I
it.
mean, she's already got, she hasn't let us know which direction the story's going to go, but she knows.
Yeah, cool. It's interesting because, I mean, the original film, I think there's certainly a supernatural element to it, of course, with
Mhm.
Manos and everything. In the Manos Chronicles, you're kind of really leaning into some interesting supernatural angles. What has that been like in terms of reading the scripts and everything and going through the process of shooting it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love our characters. Timothy, who plays our angel, Mike,
Mike.
uh, he's just, he's a character. He's really fun to work with, and he's very handsome. So I laugh because anytime we're out in public together, I see, women like this. I go, well, I'm glad to be, at that age where I can just appreciate it,
Right.
not be distracted by it.
Yeah, I can't imagine that when you were shooting the original film that you could have ever imagined that one day you'd be shooting a TV version of it with an angel.
No, no, I couldn't imagine any of it. I mean, since the very beginning, when I was growing up, I looked for the film, and this is pre-internet. So I was like calling libraries and universities and just trying to find a lead on it. And I couldn't. And I gave up. But 27 years later, my dad, the master, was watching Mystery Science Theater because he was a fan. And he heard the Torgo theme as he was taking a nap one January. And it was crazy. It just went from there. I called the HBO offices. I called the number that was on the screen, on the television screen, Comedy Central 800 number. After my dad watched it, he called me and told me, "You'll never believe what I just saw." So I called the number, and an actual human answered the phone. And I told him. you just showed this movie I've been looking for my whole life. And he asked the name of it. I told him, and he says, "Oh my God, are you Debbie?" And that's literally the first time I found out that anybody else in the world even knew about it.
Yeah.
So he sent me a VHS copy. I watched it by myself and I put it away and I was just happy. I was like, I found it.
Yeah.
So that was my quest. But I never imagined what happened since then. It became a favorite on Mystery Science Theater. It's won their Turkey Day Awards at Thanksgiving, I think 4 times so far over the
Yeah. I
years.
mean, I think that most people would agree that it's the number one episode of all time.
Yeah, it's been featured on several shows on How I Met Your Mother,
Hmm.
and I can't remember, but it's shown up on a few different shows. I
Yeah.
forgot, it's a Prime series where Torgo's photo,
Elementary.
Elementary, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And you in a lot of ways have been the person carrying the flame. I see that you have the torch or the staff behind you right now.
Yeah. It's not the original. I made this one.
Is that the one from the Manos Chronicles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I made several actually,
Hmm.
and we used it in Manos Returns as well.
Hmm.
But I had a friend a few years ago that had welding equipment, and he gave me the opportunity to make my own hands because we don't know what happened to the original.
Mm.
So I cut 5 of them, I think it was, out of cold rolled steel.
Wow.
And right now I've got somebody working on the file to create it as a 3D print. So I'm going to start having those made, make them available to people for cosplay. And
Yeah, that's awesome. We have a segment that we do on this show called Indie Inspo, and we're going to do that right now.
okay.
So, Jackie, tell us a little bit about a movie that has inspired you throughout your career as an actor and as an artist. What do you have for us?
Well, I guess I'm just going to have to go with Manos.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I love indie film.
Yeah.
I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but Manos definitely has inspired me. I wouldn't have had any of these incredible opportunities. I've met so many amazing people, and I got to be in another film a few years ago called Primal Rage. It's a Bigfoot film.
Mm,
And that happened. It's all just convoluted, like I said, rabbit holes.
yeah,
So years ago, there was a mono sequel in the works that didn't work out.
I remember that.
Yeah, the guy that was creating it was kind of a little bit nutty.
Uh-huh.
And cast and crew kind of bonded together. We all actually flew out to El Paso to film
Oh, wow.
the original places, and but it didn't work out. And the director of photography on that one, Jay Lee, years go by, and then he was director of photography on Primal Rage. And Patrick McGee, whose film that is, he is a costume builder. I mean, he builds, like, he built the Predator.
Mm,
He was part of that. And so he created his own Bigfoot, and they needed a good location for some of those outdoor scenes, the forestry, and I live in the perfect place for that.
yeah.
So they came out and they did a couple scenes in my backyard with my hand painted teepee. I didn't paint it, but a dear friend of mine did. My ex-husband played the medicine man. We did a peyote ceremony in that scene, and so I got my whole family in there in the background. My kids and my grandkids, and so that was fun. But I got to meet Cassandra Peterson at
Oh, cool.
Seattle a few years ago. We were both guests at the same show, and she was on the other side of the huge space, and I wanted to meet her because she did Manos on her show. And so I contrived a way to sneak over there and not have to stand in that long line of people waiting for her autograph when I was taking a short break. So I was like, how am I going to get to her? So I snuck around the end of the table and tapped her on the shoulder. I saw her assistant like rising out of the chair to stop me. And I'm like, Cassandra, I was Debbie and Manos. My dad was the master. I was talking as fast as I could. And she looked at me and then she goes, stop the line. And then we got a picture together. I gave her my book. She gave me a signed copy of her. But there's an interview where she did say that Manos was one of her favorites.
Yeah, I think it's inspired a lot. It certainly inspired me as a filmmaker, and I think it's inspired a lot of people, who sort of grew up watching Mystery Science Theater, and there's just something about it that it's really unlike anything else.
It is, and it's taken me so many years to understand that. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't describe it. I don't
Hmm.
know why, but I'm starting to understand it better all the time. And the fact that there's so many projects that never get finished,
Hmm.
never get seen, people give up, but it got done.
Right.
It was like 8 days. It was done in like eight
Eight
days.
days.
Yeah, nights and weekends.
Have
But
you, I know that you wouldn't call it a set, but the location where all the wives are tied up to the pillars. That's still there in El Paso, if I'm not mistaken. Have you ever been back to that location at any point?
no, the house is completely gone now.
Yeah,
But I believe that the masters, the place that he was lying in the columns are still there.
yeah,
And we were even talking about that with the Manos Chronicles, if we could find out who owns that property, if we could get permission, maybe we could go there. That would
yeah.
be really cool. But that's all from the judge that owned the property at the time. He had those items brought from the original El Paso courthouse.
Oh, wow.
Columns and the master's slab there are all from, I can't remember the name of the courthouse. It's
I
in like,
had, that's amazing. I did not know that.
yeah, so he brought them there because I think his father was judge before him. So, as far as I understand, those things are still there. And over the years, there's been a couple of fans that have gone out there and taken pictures. So,
Yeah, I like to road trip a lot. If I'm going out to LA, I will usually road trip out there. And so I definitely need to take the southern route so that I can go check it out at some point.
yeah, it's outside of El Paso. And
Right.
uh, the community college, I think, I believe, is backs up right to that property.
Cool. Yeah, I will definitely make my way. I was going to actually last year. I had it planned. I had a hotel booked and everything, and then the LA wildfires happened, and I had to cancel my whole trip. It was devastating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'll get that out there eventually. Um, we're going to wrap things up, but Jackie, tell everybody watching where they can find the Manos Chronicles and anything else that you would like to mention.
Yeah, the Manos Chronicles is on Tubi, 2 episodes. You can see 3 episodes on Amazon Prime. And And the other prime place to find a lot about me is on dumbindustries.com. So DUMB dash industries. And they have a store. They sell my book, Growing Up with Manos. And they sell a lot of other things. See, I got my that's one of my art pieces. It's Frank Zappa
Oh
and his
yeah,
it's the master and dog.
that's awesome.
So coffee cups, t-shirts, all kinds of things. We have a new Monos logo that I really love. And that's where my classes are as well. So if you go into industries and look under the art tab and look in the gallery, you will see the amazing diversity of work because I'm painting on canvas with
Hmm.
acrylic, but people are all over the place and they're using their iPads. Sometimes it's crayon, charcoal, whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
they create whatever they want. And so it's so inspiring to me. And we've actually changed the name of, they're not classes anymore. We call it Art Draws Us Together. So
that's great.
that's who we are. And it's turned into so much more.
Yeah.
I mean, people are supporting each other. I see people that are have illnesses and such, and they join the classes. It's just become so much more than I ever could have imagined.
Need a little bit of that right now.
Yes. Yeah, but it's helped me a lot with my art.
Great. Well, continued success with the art, continued success with Manos Chronicles. Looking forward to the new episodes and certainly encourage people if they haven't checked them out yet to go to Tubi or Prime Video and check them out.
Yes.
Jackie, it's always great chatting with you. Thank you for doing this. It's good to see you.
Well, thanks for reaching out again, Paul. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
always fun to see where my art goes because once
yeah.
I sell it and release it out into the world, I let go of it, you
Well, I
know.
love talking about it because I have people over a lot to come over and watch movies, and anytime somebody notices the painting, I always, tell them the story about it. So,
Yeah, and that's the painting we did. I created a painting similar to that, and that was our New York live show we did. It had to be Monos related, so I
right.
did the wife peeking out from the column and the basin of fire. So if anybody wants to take my classes or go check it out, first 30 days are free. There's no obligation. We have people that come and just watch the classes because it's calming.
Hmm.
They call me the Bob Ross of Monos.
Nice. I love it. That's great. Well, Jackie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we will see you next time on Into the Night tonight.